episode of Play by Play presented by Win or Lose Sports. Visit us online at winorlosesports.com and all social media at Win or Lose Show. Today's guest is the undefeated champion, the undefeated boxer. Everybody in Toledo knows who this is, Albert Prince Bell. Welcome to the show. Congratulations on your latest win. What is that, 28-0?
Yes, sir. And I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, like, take us on this journey as far as you starting. I know we talked about this before when we did the morning show, but talk about your journey as far as getting into boxing and how you were influenced into and how you started boxing.
I was born into it. Like my father was a boxer. That's still a coach. My coach to this day. My older brother was a boxer. My uncle. So, a lot of times I was just in this gym getting babysitted, and I just most kids getting taught how to walk. I would walk and talk. I was learning how to jab and things like that at the same time. So,
Right.
it just when I grew up in the gym. So when I was old enough to fight, you can't legally fight till you 8. My first year out the gate, when I was 8 years old, I won like 4 championships. You can only fight in like 4 championships that age. I mean, 4 tournaments, and I won every single championship. I just never stopped, and it just kept repeating and continuing. And I don't know, I just loved it.
So
So I
what
lived in boxing my entire life.
besides your father, you say your older brother, uh who else were your influences in boxing?
Um, Guys that like was from different cities and stuff that was amateur boxers that was that guy, you know what I mean? 'Cause, like at the big tournaments it'd be like 3, 4 rings. But when somebody
Mm-hmm.
really good fight, all the crowds is shift from around that ring. So going and seeing them guys when you get to a certain level, you'd be like, oh yeah, I want to be like that. I want to fight like this. Cause I didn't like pro boxing. And when I was younger, they used to put
Oh,
me to sleep. Like I used to, they used to have big fight nights at my house and stuff. I didn't really start appreciating pro boxing until I was like 14, 15. I didn't like watching boxing. I was a big Dragon Ball Z and WWE guy, you know what I mean? That's what I wanted
yeah,
to
yeah,
watch.
yeah.
But um but the amateurs, it was like special fighters like Rashi Warren and Ricardo Williams, Adrian Bronner way back then, and just different guys that was real good. That was a couple years older than us. That was the truth. But as I got older, I really started appreciating pro boxing. So Roy Jones, Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, Pernell Whitaker, Floyd Mayweather for sure, and a lot of other guys that I'm just a fan of sport. I watch all fights now. Like
Yeah.
I watch the old fights, I watch the new ones, I watch undercards, I love the sport now. But back then you couldn't pay me to watch
So
boxing.
right. But you mentioned Floyd Mayweather. You were signed to
I
Floyd.
was
Like,
about to
was it
sign.
like
I was about to sign with him. I
you
was
was
about to
about to
sign.
sign with Floyd? Okay,
Yeah,
can you talk about that a little bit?
I was out there like 6, 7 months with him. Um,
Mm-hmm.
he was actually in where was they at? Wherever the Olympic Games was at in 2020, I want to say, or 2016. Oh, there's Rio, 2016. He was there actually watching Shakur Stevenson fight. So when I got there, he had just flew out to recruit Shakur. So he FaceTime video. They had me spar a guy, Sharif Bogier. He was 29-1. I was like 4-0 at the time. And I did really good with him.
Okay.
He's like, keep him there until I get back. Don't let him leave. Don't let him go home. Because I was about to leave the next day. Because he wasn't there. We came in spar audition and he went there. He's like, no, don't let him leave. Give him some money. Get him a hotel room, whatever he need. I want to see him. So he came back. He had me
Wow.
spar another guy that was like mind you, like I said, I'm only 4-0 this time. My test was a guy that was 29-0. Then they had me spar somebody else. Then when he got there, I got done working out. And then somebody was like, man, leave. He gonna try to make you box, man. You already tired. And he had me spar a killer. Dude was like 33 and like 2 or like 29 knockouts. And he been knocking everybody in the gym. So the people around me were scared for me. Not my team though, like, but all the other boxers I know, like, man, I
Right.
told you he's gonna make me boxing, man. You don't need to spar him. Duh, duh." Man, I got in there and cooked him. Like they like, oh, this
Wow.
he really like that. You feel me? And, no, I'm lying. That's the second time Floyd made me spar. The first time he made me spar, he made me spar a 12, and when he was there, it was a 12-0, 12 knockout guy from Russia. I kicked his ass so bad, he
Mm.
switched. He moved to New York because they ain't want him. And then so he tested me again with the
Wow.
other guy. Like, they kept testing me, so everything was good. But at that time, he had just fought. I think it was a Conor McGregor or Pacquiao. So his interest really, he wanted to promote, but his interest was never really into it. So he had come to the gym
Yeah.
like one day, and he'd go on tour and kick it around the world and won't be back for another day. So he left. He wanted his cousin to be my manager, but it was like an experimental thing. Like I wasn't gonna let nobody experiment with my career.
Right.
You know what I mean? Um, so I
Yeah.
came back home, got on Bunny card. I was 2017 when he defended his world title here, and I hooked up with Vic Green, my promoter now with Pulse Boxing. We just never looked back and just kept this thing rolling. But it almost
So how
happened,
is
yeah.
it with how is it with yeah I mean Floyd would have been okay, but how is it with Vic in post boxing quit? Because
I mean, Vic, we got that
I've been knowing
freedom
Vic for a
where
while. Yeah.
if something ain't going right or um the promotions want us to fight far out. We got that connection to our city, and with ourselves we could throw a card and stay active or put me on this card
Hmm.
here, put me on that card. So it's way more freedom than just a locked in contract. You know what I'm saying? So I like it, you know
Right.
what I mean? Fighting at home, fighting in my city, and fighting in other places, you know what I mean? And able to still get on these big cards here and there. So I like it, you know what I mean? It's the only downside is the politics about boxing, you know what I mean? They don't want to let two
Yeah.
black young guys that's not connected to the bigger things screw their thing up, you know what I mean? So other than that, yeah,
Right.
everything's gravy.
So boxing in a big city is phenomenal. Boxing in Vegas, but how is it when you come home and you get to defend your championship and fight in your home city?
Like I said before, it's beautiful, you know what I mean? Because these are people that have seen my journey since I was 8 years old, you know what I mean? Or people that can't probably afford to fly out to this big city or afford these big tickets here and there,
Right.
but to be able to actually see these people in my community, these kids that go to their school, speak to them and all that, then they look around and see me on the billboard to say I'm fighting them. They want to come, or everybody got my merchandise on, and the crowd screaming for me, like or the people from my
Hmm.
neighborhood corner store that knew me since I was a little boy getting penny candy and stuff,
Right.
able to see me come to a grown man and fight. I think it's beautiful, man. That's dope to me. Like because when we was growing up in the sport, we ain't had nobody open up the doors. You know what I mean? Me,
Right.
Bunny, and a few other guys, we was the ones opening them doors or taking the losses that we know we won, but we was from a small city and they wasn't renowned for boxing and stuff. Now when you hear Toledo and it's boxing, they like, oh, let's watch these kids or you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or just having to be able to see these people in our community. We never had nobody, whether it was sports, music, this, that, everybody that made it left out or it was few and slim, you know what I mean, that actually was
Hmm.
around so being
Yeah.
able to actually be in the community to talk to them, see them, touch them, stuff like that, I just think it's dope, man. Like you know, what I mean, fighting at home, it's a blessing because a lot of fighters don't got that connection to their city where they could go home and do big numbers or have a good crowd and stuff like that on a regular. So, Toledo Fight Town, I love fighting here.
How much of an influence or the the young boxers coming up? I
Mhm.
see Andre McCullum who has the boxing gym and he's training these kids up, and I see you with them. Like, how is it? How do you feel as far as being a mentor and being influential to the younger generation?
Yeah, Andre's actually my cousin. So we grew
Oh,
up
is
in the
he?
gym boxing together and stuff too.
Okay.
So we boxed at the same gym and stuff like that. So but just like I said, being able to see somebody they didn't just seen on TV boxing, then look over in the gym next to them and they train it makes them want to work harder. It
Yeah.
makes them like I said, the doors is open. So now we can get them the game on stuff that we never knew, or help them with this, or teach them this, and they look up to us. You know what I mean? And they so
Hmm.
good. Like this next crop gonna be the truth because they got guys like us that has a positive influence on them and showing them what not to do and what to do right. So
Right.
being a mentor is I don't take it for granted at all, and I hold it as I hold it high value for sure.
You are now 28 and 0. You've been through so many different or difficulties getting people to come to the ring with you and fight you.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is this? What does this 28-0 record prove to the naysayers or to the boxing world? Like, what's next for Albert Prince Bell?
It's just like what y'all gonna say, like, you know what I mean? Like they said, I don't know. It's just like they said I couldn't punch for us. Um, not in last 5, 6 guys either called out or on their ass multiple times. Excuse my French.
No, you
Um,
good?
I wasn't with this. I wasn't that. Everything they say, I come back and do it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Then when I started knocking guys out, oh, he ain't gonna be in shape to go to full 10. I just did it in tip top fashion, showed out, had fun. You know what I mean? He wasn't exciting, man. But now I don't know. It's like it's just like I just don't keep showing and proving, you know what I mean, one at a time. And
yeah,
I'm always gonna fight for the try to get the big names and stuff like that. But the difference is like they know me. You know what I'm saying? Like we'd have been before the promoters and stuff, and they got machines and they batteries and they back and made them seem like this and the core of their heart and their
right.
mind, they know me. You know what I'm saying? They've been knowing me since I was a little kid. I've been that, you know what I'm saying? And they know
Hmm.
I will fight anybody. And then they little to me, to be honest, you know what I mean? Like they talk about a lot of fighters, them guys be 5'5", 5'6", they're not gonna get close to me. And they know that. And when
Right.
they do get in there,
Yeah.
we gonna light them up, you know what I mean? And they know I'll
Yeah.
be then a lot of times I think I gotta stop being so confident. Like I'm humble, but I'm confident. So when they call me for fights, I say off the dribble, I'm like, yeah, I fight him. They be like, hold on, he wasn't supposed to agree to that quick. Let's call you back and da da da. I think I gotta start
Right.
playing possum a little bit. Like, oh no, man, let me talk to my team and da 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 da, all that type stuff.
Yeah.
So I gotta play coy with them. You know what I mean? But
Right. Right. Right.
we in a new division now though, so hopefully these guys here be more willing to step up and get in there. You know, what I mean, it's the bigger names, it's the bigger money fights. So I should be somewhere in the top 10 with when these new rankings come out, and that's striking range for any of the top contenders or a world title once again in the new weight class. So I might be back June 1st against a ranked guy to like
Oh
20 and
wow.
one. So
That fast?
we should, yeah, I ain't playing. I had only had one fight left. I had one fight last year and it lasted for
Oh
all of
wow.
60 seconds. So
So you ready?
I ain't getting no younger, man. So my hands
Yeah.
is healthy. Right back in the gym, right back to work, and let's get it, man. It's a whole big things going on. 2025.
So going from one fight to another, like how long is the recovery? I mean, somebody who hasn't been beat before. I mean, the
Yeah,
recovery is a lot faster than somebody who's taking a beating
right.
round after round after round. But how is the
Yeah.
recovery process and going from one fight to the next to go into recovery to
Usually,
training?
usually you could it all depends. My hands used to be messed up, so I would
Yeah.
have to take a month and a half, 2 months off. But now, like they good, like so I can get directly right back to it because I don't never really, not to toot my horn, but I don't ever take punishment in my fights. So I'm not walking around with busted face,
Right.
cut eyes, and stuff like that. So I honestly could get right back to it. I could go right back the next Monday, but I always try to give myself a little vacation time or something
Yeah.
because
Yeah. Yeah.
training camps they're not fun. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
you got to change your diet. You all you doing is showering, training, shower, train, shower, train, eating when you can, run. So it's not that fun. You know what I mean? Especially when you've been doing it for
Yeah.
so long. It might be exciting in your younger part of your life. But like I said, I've been doing this since I was 8 years old. So um but I know I got goals to achieve. I'm not getting younger, so you know what I mean. You got to sacrifice today for the things you want tomorrow. So
Right.
that's something I live by. So you know what I mean. When it's time to put the work in, strap your big boots on and your hat,
Right.
hard hat, and it's time to go to work.
Yeah, I talked to Rob Mumford a few years ago before one of his fights, and he was telling me the process of the diet process of not eating
Yeah,
or eating so only so much,
right.
maybe like a week before the fight, and how hard that is, like mentally,
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
on
It
your
is.
body.
You got to be tough. Got to be tough. You gotta. You know what I mean. You have your cheat days, and you're like, why the hell did I just do that? Like,
Yeah,
you get on that scale, I'm like, I just gotta eat. I gotta run, goddamn, 5 more miles for eating that. I know I wasn't supposed to eat that piece of
right.
small cake that you found in the refrigerator at 3 in the morning. You know what I mean? But it's definitely tough. Like I said, it ain't fun. You know what I mean? But it's just a process.
You you've been through what I don't know what how many divisions now? two
This is
two
my
or three.
second.
This is your what?
second. This is
This is
my
your second
second
division,
division. Yeah,
and
because I
your
was
rank
at 30.
number. You're
I don't
11
know.
going into this division.
No, I was number one at 30, but then we notified them that we was moving up. So they're going until you got to fight, they can't officially put you in
Okay,
thing. So
they can't
they just
officially
start
give you a
moving.
ranking.
They just start moving me backwards and stuff like that. But I,
Hmm.
I was number one. So I was number one for over a year and I couldn't get a title fight. They kept like
Wow.
it's just crazy, you know
So,
what I mean?
in this new division, who are some of the names, if you want to name them, who are some of the names that you want to face to get to push yourself up to the top of this division?
The top of the division. So the four champions is Keyshawn Davis, Shakur
Hmm.
Stevenson, Javante Davis, and Vasily Lomachenko. But the last one got an asterisk because they don't know if Lomachenko retired or not. But anyways, them the
Right.
ones got the belt. But it's a lot of other guys that's in the top 10 that's big names like Williams Zepeda,
Hmm.
um, Lamont Roach, Andy Cruz. It's a lot of guys, or Raymond Bataya. It's a lot of guys that got big names and that's up there. I'm willing to fight anybody. Like, you know what I mean? Whenever a fight makes sense,
Right.
as long as that check right and it make the sense to put me where I need to be, I'll
Exactly.
fight you. Win, lose, or draw, it's a sport. I'm with it.
Right. So, WrestleMania was this past weekend. I know you're a
Oh
huge
yeah.
wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Um, I'm a huge. I've been watching wrestling since I was 6 years old. Since
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan and Macho Man days.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I kind of
I'm
came back
attitude
to.
era.
Yeah, I kind of came back to the Attitude Era, '90s in the '90s and everything, and then I left for a while because wrestling wasn't what it
Yeah, it
was in the
was
'90s.
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't kind of.
I came back last year. We good?
Yeah, I think your
I
video
got
stopped,
I
but
got a
it's
call.
back
I
on.
put my
Oh,
yeah, I
okay.
got a call. I put it on do not disturb. I don't know how I got through. But anyways, yeah, I was gone for the longest. I probably left probably like in '09 or something like that.
Hmm.
Like it was right after the right before the PG era. And
Yeah, that's when I
I didn't
stopped.
watch none of the PG era, so I didn't know nothing really about CM Punk and all that.
Yeah,
So but I would always like watch when The Rock came back. I was always a Rock guy. So when The Rock
hmm
would come out and fight, or I seen the build up between, because I knew John Cena very well from the Ruthless Aggression era,
yep,
but I would never tune in during the PG era. So I got hip like I started watching TikTok and I'll always hear about these content creators talking about like this going. I'm like, oh, this guy sound kind of fire. So then they told me Triple H took over. So I'm like,
yeah,
okay. So when I started watching it, I'm like, oh, they got some attitude era stuff going on. You know what I mean?
yep,
Then next thing you know, it got
yep.
back, it blew back up. And I'm hip to everything. I know all the girls, I know the undercard guys. I'm hip. So WrestleMania this year, I was actually supposed to go. I was gonna take my nephew, but my family ended up
Oh
booking the
wow.
trip because it was right after my fight the next weekend. I'm like, oh, this me and my nephew go because that's our
Hmm.
bonding thing. I got a nephew. He 10 years old, so we play the game all the time. That helped me get hip to everybody too,
Yeah.
playing the game. So um,
Yep. 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 Me too.
we was playing 24, then 25 came out. We got the big $150 edition with all
Yep.
the bloodline joints. So
Uh huh.
I was gonna say Cam, we was gonna go to WrestleMania. But the family ended up booking the trip and got the house paid for and all that to South Carolina from Myrtle Beach. So we just had to
Okay.
watch it. So I actually didn't watch it. Matter of fact, I didn't get to watch it live. So I stayed off my phone as much as I could because I didn't want no spoiler alerts.
Yep.
So we had a 10-hour drive back, so I just watched one after another, like back to back, and it was fire. That first night was that
See
Sunday,
this
and then
the Seth
Bianca
Rollins
Belair.
and
Yeah, yeah, that.
yep.
Then the other triple threat with Bianca Belair, Io Sky, and
Oh yeah.
Rhea
Yeah.
Ripley. That
Yep.
they put a banger on. But did you watch Monday Night Raw yesterday?
I did watch it yesterday,
That was better
and
than night two of WrestleMania. I
it
thought
was.
they
You know
was
why though?
fire.
Because the way Triple H is doing this to where Braun Breaker is now a part of Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins, like that's genius to me. Because
Yeah.
Braun Breaker lost his championship. Like, where's he go from
That's
here?
what I said. As I said, that's why they made. That's why they made him drop the title. I said, oh, they had
Yep,
bigger plans for him. He about to get a
bigger
bigger
plans.
storyline.
This is
And
huge
then,
for him. Huge for his. This is huge for Seth and huge for Braun because now it takes him to another level. Because
exactly,
Seth was already
exactly.
there, but I think he was
Yeah,
kind of dropping off
yeah, yeah.
because he was getting.
He was the. You had like Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns here.
Yep.
CM Punk pushing up, back up, and then I mean Seth Rollins was like
Right
right
under
there. I
there.
mean,
Yep.
so that put him right back where he need to be. And
Yep.
then and then the Randy Orton jumping in on John Cena as in
Man.
the roles reversed now.
What
All these years later, how
I
John
said
Cena's
that.
always the baby face
Yeah.
and Randy the heel now in reverse. Oh, that was dope. And he right
That's
behind him
so dope.
in the world titles. I said, oh yeah, they cooking. They cooking.
Yep. They are. They are. So John Cena being healed, like I wanted this for so long. I'm tired of him being this nice guy. They booing him. They saying John
Yeah,
Cena sucks. They've been saying this for years. I was like, it's time for him.
yeah.
It's time for him to turn heel. Like you got to do it. You
The
got to do it. So when it finally
five
happened,
moves of doom.
yeah. When it finally happened, I'm like, yes, this is it. This is it. Like I like Cody. Like Cody, you finished your story. Now it's time for John Cena to do his thing.
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah,
it's kind of sad that he's retiring doing this heel run, but I think it's gonna be
yeah.
great.
And it's like I seen a interview from years ago, and it's like we was this close to turning heel,
Yep,
but they
yep.
never did it. It like we had new, I had new gear, I had new theme song, I had everything lined
Uh,
up, and then they pulled the plug on it. And that was years ago. So I think they must have seen that same interview get brought back up. They like, let's do it because
yep, yep, yep.
they did it right before he headed out. I think it's dope because it was such a shock factor. Like I was on TikTok watching all them kids' reaction and different reactions when he
I
kicked
know,
Cody
I
Rhodes,
know.
and it was crying. So I'm like, man, that's,
I know. But it reminded me when I was younger, I wasn't a kid. I think I was like
yeah,
19, 20 years old when Hogan did it. No, I was 18
uh,
years old
yeah, yeah.
when Hogan
When he
did it
joined the
at
NWO,
Bash at the Beach in '96.
yeah,
He
yeah,
and he turned when they did the NWO. I'm like, oh my god, this is beautiful,
man,
because Hogan
yeah,
his good guy thing was it was over with, so he had to do
yeah,
something. I'm like, oh, this is beautiful.
yeah,
All the kids were crying and all that stuff. The
man.
same thing John Cena did.
Mine is the worst one for me was like I said, I'm the biggest rock fan, but Stone Cold was always right there waiting for me.
Yeah.
And when the second time they fought at WrestleMania, when Stone
Oh,
Cold sold out to Vince McMahon and joined
yeah,
the
that was
oh, I
crazy.
could because you gotta think Stone Cold's always known for kicking Vince McMahon's butt
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
them. So then
yep,
she did the Rock. I was destroyed. I was sorry.
yeah. I was like, how
I can
could he
tell,
ever do it? Especially to the Rock. Like that's, I know that's
yeah,
your
I can talk
your arch
about
enemy,
I can
but
talk about wrestling all day. Like
yeah, me too. Like like I said, I've been watching wrestling and in and out of wrestling for
yeah,
my whole life. So now
yeah,
it's
I'm
like
back in
getting
it.
better. And I always play the
Yeah, I'm back
game,
in
like
it.
no matter what, no
Yeah,
matter like if I watch it or
you
not,
know,
I
I
always
haven't
play the
played.
game just to keep up.
The last ones I had was SmackDown versus Raw
Oh, that was
07, I believe. Yep,
was that two?
that was oh 07, I believe.
Yeah,
I didn't have 08 and stuff when they featured ECW and all that. Mine's the last one I had was oh 07, I think. And then I went there for none of the 2Ks. I started playing last year, 2K24, and then I pre-ordered 2K25.
yeah. I've been pre-ordered since they went to 2K in
Yeah.
13.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I've been like
So
trying to keep up. Like I even do my own like wrestling league and all that stuff
yeah. Okay,
online.
okay. Yeah, I've
So
been hearing
yeah,
about those. I might have to join one of them joints. Cause
yeah,
I be
it's
seeing
crazy though
people.
because
So
the way these
yeah, I
people
heard
be
it's
doing
live.
the way these people be doing the commentary and all this stuff. I'm like, oh man, y'all
Yeah.
really they really get
Yeah,
into it and really
I
get
heard,
creative with it.
I be seeing some guys on TikTok that do some leagues
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah,
I heard they got their own divisions and the records. They create their own titles and tag divisions. And I heard about it's pretty dope. I might have to
yeah,
join one of them joints.
yeah, for sure. So I really like towards the end of the conversation, I go to this last question, which is like, what's your top three? And usually I'll talk to football guys and basketball guys. They actually like,
Okay.
what's their top three favorite basketball guys? But I want to ask you, who's your top three favorite local? No, I'm not gonna put that on you. Let's not do local
Yeah.
because I don't want nobody to come after you. You know how Toledo is. So, who's your top three all time boxers?
All time boxers.
Yeah.
Ali always gonna be number one because of the influence he had. He's just the great. You feel me? After that, let's go Floyd Mayweather, Roy Jones.
Wow. Okay.
Them my, them
Okay.
my guy. them who influenced me the most. You know what I mean, in my career.
Yeah.
And we do basketball, football, all that type of stuff. So it's up to you.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do your top five basketball.
LeBron James, LeBron
I
James.
knew it. I
LeBron's
knew
my
it.
guy through and through. You feel me? When I was an Iverson guy, but I was young. So when
Yeah.
Iverson left out, LeBron was coming in and just took. I mean, like I've been LeBron since day one, so that's my number one always. So LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Let's see, three. I need two more. LeBron. I'm gonna go. Before I get, I want to go. Cause it's tough for Magic and Steph right now. It's that
Yeah.
conversation getting real
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
close. So,
Yeah.
so Magic Johnson, Tim Duncan.
Okay. You
They
see it
made
what's
my favorite,
behind
all
me.
my favorite to watch, but top five though.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's but the top three. I mean, top four is locked. LeBron, Mike, Kareem, Magic. Damn, do I want to get that spot to Tim? Gotta
You
give it to Big Fundamental, I think.
not a Kobe fan?
I'm saying it's not the favorite to watch, but statistically, to me, I think these are
Okay.
the top five ever.
Okay.
But come on, Benny, I'm gonna give it to Benny over Tim. But Tim, that man, it's hard to go against. You know what I mean? Saying, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's a hell of an argument because I want to
Yeah.
see if do I want to put Shaq in that spot too. But if we just talking rings, you
See,
know,
I don't even do that because I'm a Celtics
yeah, I
fan.
like the rings. Too.
I can't go by rings because Bill Russell got 11.
Yeah,
So I
right,
can't.
yeah.
I
And
don't
it's,
go
the
by
errors are
rings.
different. I don't care what nobody say. The errors make a
Huge
factor.
difference. Yeah.
Like
Yeah. It's a factor. Absolutely. Like that's why I tell people like I'm a Jordan fan. Like I love Jordan. Like you see
right,
my wall, there's Jordan everywhere. But
right,
I think LeBron James is probably the most. He's the most. I don't know. I can't say the goat because there's no goat, but he is
right.
the best all around player to ever play basketball.
No, for sure.
There's nobody that can
For 22 years
for
straight.
22
Right,
years
that's crazy.
with his size, with his height, with his weight, with his
Yeah,
shooting ability, with his 3-point shooting ability, with his speed. There's nobody in comparison to
yeah,
that ever to
yeah,
play basketball.
yeah, for
I don't
sure.
care at City Park, at Rucker Park, at Huntington Beach Park, nowhere. Nowhere. There's nobody that can ever do that.
Yeah,
So
right,
I never had this GOAT conversation. I say it's there.
right,
There's a table, and LeBron
for
James and
sure.
Michael Jordan
It's
sits at
at
the
that
heads of the
table.
table. That's
Yeah,
it.
for sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I agree with
So
that. It's some guys that's
I
so
never
stuck
I never
that
did a
they just can't
football.
see it.
What's that?
I said so God, so many people that just stuck in that can't
Oh
acknowledge what LeBron doing because they says Jordan guys that you know what I mean
yeah,
or but
right, or vice versa. Like you can't,
yeah, yeah,
and
and
I hate that. Like
yeah,
there's a nuance. There's Jordan dominated his era. Yes, I love Mike, and Kareem dominated his era in the '70s. Bill did it in the
yeah,
'60s, but you can't take
yeah.
Jordan and put him in the
Yeah.
2020 and say he
Yeah,
gonna do this and he gonna do that. You
yeah,
can't do that.
he'd be just a star player on the team. He'd be a great
Right,
scorer. Like, I
right.
mean,
We
like
don't know what he. Yeah,
yeah,
we can't say that he would dominate it. We can't do that.
you need more. But I do think LeBron would dominate in the '90s. I mean, in the '80s.
Well, yeah.
I
If you go
don't think they
backwards,
keep up. Yeah,
no,
I don't
no.
think
If you
like.
go
But they
backwards,
said
it's
he
always
gets
like that.
better. Yeah, it
Like
gets
if Jordan
better.
went
Like
back to the '70s, if Jordan went back to the '70s, he would average 70
exactly, he
points a
had
game.
20.
If
Yeah,
LeBron
exactly.
goes back to the '90s, he would average
I think every
70 to
sport like
90
that,
points a
except
game.
for I think every sport like that except for boxing.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like it's
Yep.
like the
Because
guys they not built like that. Them 15 round guys that used to fight once a month and
yeah.
stuff like that. Like I don't. I think boxing the only sport. I think no. It's in certain aspects. Smarter spiders are a lot smarter in the ring, like technical
Yeah,
wise
that's
and
true.
stuff like that. A lot of them guys just bang, but it's now people is thinking they picking people apart. They know how to control the
Mm-hmm.
rounds. But I think the guys back then are way tougher. You know what
Tougher,
I mean?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, just like how. how men are. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Then you gotta think how granddads and stuff was. They ain't call nobody to fix nothing for them. Nothing going on. You can't take
Right.
them to no hospital. You can't do that. I think they just had a tougher mentality back then. But everything does get better with time. Like I mean,
Yeah.
like the next generation. I believe that's
Yeah. Evolution. Evolution is real. Like
exactly exactly.
LeBron James evolutionized basketball. Floyd
Yeah.
Mayweather evolutionized boxing. The way
Mhm.
he defends,
Mhm.
like in the ring. There's nobody
Yeah.
that comparison to what Floyd can do
Yeah.
defensively in the ring.
Right. Right.
So I mean, it's real. Now, when it comes to football, like I don't really have a top three or top
Yeah.
10 or whatever in football.
I'm Tom Brady all the way. That was my
Are you?
guy. Because I didn't watch, like, you couldn't pay me to watch football or baseball
Oh,
like back then. I still don't watch baseball for real. I could go to a baseball game and
yeah,
enjoy it, but watching on TV
yeah.
ain't gonna happen. Um, ain't gonna happen. But one time I was at my grandmother's house and it was Super Bowl Sunday, and I just happened to was running around and I forgot who they was playing. They was playing the Rams, the St. Louis Rams, then I believe. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
man, this dude was killing. Like he was just, I watched him one more time. Like 3, 4 years later, I was walking through the house, uh, and it's some nobody wasn't even in there. It's just he was playing the Chargers one day, and I'm talking about he just. I'm like, man, this dude is the truth. And next thing you know, I was just a Tom Brady guy, and I was way back when I was a kid. So I always, I was seeing him I watched him get his last ring when I was in Puerto Rico. They was down, I think 23-0 at
Mm-hmm.
halftime
Mm-hmm.
and against they're trying to replace him with the boy, um Mahomes, and he
Oh
came
yeah.
back they came back and just killed them. I'm like, I think the end of the game, the score was like 35-23, and it was down 23-0. I'm like, man, he the best. He the best
Yeah.
ever, man.
He
But
did that a few years earlier against Atlanta in the Super Bowl. Same
yeah,
thing.
this
Like
dude the
I was
best.
never a Tom Brady fan until he left New England. Then when he went to,
Okay.
because I couldn't like New England. I mean
Okay, okay.
I'm a
And then
Cowboys fan, so I couldn't.
I
That's
was a
not
big
America's
Mike Vick.
team.
I was a big Mike Vick fan. Randy Moss for sure. That's just like how you
Oh
shoot
yeah,
and say Kobe. When you catch a ball, you say Moss team. You know what I
Moss.
mean?
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
just part of
yeah,
the
yeah.
culture. I like these guys now though a lot. I've been watching this year. I watched more football than I probably ever watched in my life. Because my nephew, he's a football player, so he boxes a lot, a little too. But me and my
Hmm.
nephew, he like my son, so we do everything together. We watch a lot of football, so that he got me hit. But man, that dude Sticks, and he be doing some stuff. I'd be like, what the
Said
hell?
Diggs.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs.
Oh, Stephon Diggs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was talking about my guy, Trayvon Diggs in Dallas.
You got, and then what's the one boy? Man, I can't call him right off the
Uh,
bat.
what's the new Minnesota Justin Jefferson? Is that his name?
I like the quarterback from Washington too. He picked Detroit apart,
Man,
boy. In his
Jaden
rookie year,
Daniels. Oh my
man,
gosh.
he nice. He nice.
Yeah.
Um, Mahomes and them good too. I like watching them. But
Yep.
yeah, it's a lot of. But is that his name, Stephon Diggs, the one that played for the Eagles?
Stephon Diggs. He was. I don't even know where he's in. Houston now.
No, what's the one man? What's the kid name that did when he jumped backwards over the dude from the Philadelphia?
Oh, Saquon Barkley.
Saquon, that's what I'm talking about. Diggs,
Yeah, Saquon
I know
Barkley.
Diggs. That's my nephew's favorite player, Diggs. But Barkley, oh my God,
Yeah.
he did a crossover. He
Right.
like Kyrie, like he said, boom, 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 and tuck around
Yeah.
him. I said,
Right.
man, I said they need to
Man.
drug test him immediately after the game. I ain't never
Right.
seen him. No, he nice. He nice, nice.
For sure. For sure. I appreciate you taking your time and doing the show.
No, for
So
sure.
what's next for Albert Prince Bill?
Uh, I got a lot going on. I got a boxing program about to open up in the city for the youth. Uh, I got my mental health stuff going on. I'm a qualified mental health specialist and stuff like that. So I host groups
Oh, are you?
all the time.
Wow.
Five mental health specialist. I have
Okay.
my substance use dependencies. I do a lot of stuff like that, working with recovering um drug addicts, alcoholics, and with helping people readjust to society. I'm a case manager as well when it comes to that. But I'm open a
Mm-hmm.
boxing program for the kids for the city that'll be free of charge. I should be announcing that within the next week or
Wow.
so. Um, a lot of stuff going on, but in the ring, you know, what I mean, just expect some more great performances and me keep knocking at this door of greatness and getting these world titles back to Toledo. It might be June 1st, but we hopefully I should get back in the ring at least 2 more times this year. And, you know what I mean? The sky's the limit.
It is, and I appreciate you being who you are as far as being not just a professional boxer. When I say professional, I don't mean like in the ring. I mean like being professional as a boxer
Yeah, for sure. For
and
sure.
keeping your integrity and doing all the stuff you do for the community of Toledo. And you know, like I said, I just appreciate who you are and where you come from and what you built in the city.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that for sure.
All right, y'all. Special a special shout out to Vic Green and Pulse Boxing. Like I've been knowing
Yes,
Vic
sir.
for a while, and I think he's doing something great with
For sure.
Pulse
For
Boxing
sure.
and all the boxers that he has in under his wing. Thank
Absolutely.
y'all for watching. Make sure you subscribe and like on YouTube and follow us on all social media at Win and Lose Show. And we'll see you next time.
All right.